Hey everybody, it's your girl Jessimae. This is the Sharp Tongue Podcast. Do I normally say it the other way? Fuck it, who cares? It's Monday. Well, you're listening to this, it's Tuesday, but I recorded on a Monday. Don't show them from behind the curtain. Don't tell them how the show goes. I hope you're rocking and living with your cocks out. I hope you're rocking with your cock out. Is that how we say it? Rock out with your cock out. We need to put that on a t-shirt. Anyways, this week, you can catch Carly and I live. Our girl live experience presented by Moment House will be available on Thursday. I believe it's 9 to 10 Eastern Standard. You can check out my website, jessimae.com, for tickets. And you can also get tickets through my Instagram page. It is Carly and I's podcast together, Girl, G-Y-R-L, Giving You Real Life. And we recorded this live in Austin. So we are going to be doing a watch along with you guys. It's a live experience with us watching our podcast with you guys. So again, tickets are at jessimae.com and my Instagram page as well. It's presented by Moment House. So we're really excited about that. We're also doing a VIP virtual meet and greet. Both of these things are virtual, a digital experience that Moment House likes to say instead of virtual. I don't know why. Maybe virtual indicates that it's going to be like virtual sex, and that's not it at all. It's comedy, which can give you joy as well and not an STD. So it's probably healthier for you. Wednesday, December 8th, we will be doing a meet and greet, a digital meet and greet experience. Carly and I, same thing, presented by Moment House. And you can go to jessimae.com for those tickets as well. And on my Instagram page, you can find information for that. So we're doing a digital VIP meet and greet event on Wednesday, December 8th. And then we're doing a digital live watch along with our podcast on December 9th. And that's open to everybody who wants to enjoy it from the comfort of your comforter. Grab a wine, grab your whining dog, and chill with us. Also, don't forget to go to the YouTube page. Yeah, your bitch is on YouTube. That's how you can watch the podcast and other clips from our other podcasts. My show with Deuce. Mike Tully, our podcast Deuce, is also Patreon exclusive. Our clips will be on YouTube, so you can get information as to how to find us. If you want to know, it's patreon.com/The Deuce Podcast. And Information for Girl is a Patreon exclusive podcast. For now, we may bring audio to Apple in the new year, but for now, all the video aspect of the show and the entire podcast is available as a Patreon exclusive. And we may only do the audio on Apple, but you go to patreon.com/girl, G-Y-R-L. And we're wrapping up my wide open tour. I can't believe I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish this year off the heels of quarantine and losing my mom and getting over, I'm never really getting over, but dealing with the loss of my dad. I was able to create my podcast with Carly and my podcast with Tully, and also create this wide open tour with just me, but Carly and I did do a few dates to test out markets and see where we were going to go for our spring tour. Carly and I are doing a full spring tour together for Girl that launched last week. So tickets are available for that right now. If you want to see us on our spring tour doing stand up and live podcast recording, that will be available as well, or is available as well. But this year we're wrapping up my wide open tour. Last 2 dates coming at ya. I will be at the Mall of America in Minnesota, December 16th through the 18th at the House of Comedy. And I'm wrapping up the world wide open tour in my hometown, Syracuse, New York, New Year's Eve with your girl, Jessimae. You better come through. Hootie hoo. Hootie hootie hoo. New Year's Eve, 2 shows at the Syracuse Funny Bone and Carousel Mall, Destiny, USA, aka Carousel Mall. All day till I die. OG for life. 315, baby. Come celebrate New Year's Eve with me at the Carousel Mall, Syracuse Funny Bone. Ringing in the new year with your girl, Jessimae, aka Boney Robbins. And right now, this week's episode is just a hoot. And this week's guest is really fun. She has a way of accessing her inner child that is so magical, and she's going to tell you how to do it. Please enjoy this episode with the one, the only, the flatulent Jessimae Peluso. Whoa. No, it's just me. Sharp Tongue Podcast. Beep, 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 beep. You're listening to the Sharp Tongue Podcast. I'm your host, Jessimae Peluso. It's a personal look. Well, it's not really a look because it's a podcast. I'm already fucking this up. This is kind of like a verbal comedy diary, a deep look into the crevices of my mind. It's gonna get dirty. You might cry. You'll probably laugh. Hopefully you'll laugh. The whole point is for you to laugh, but you also might cry. I talk about my family. I talk about farts. I talk about love, loss, comedy, how hard it is to make it in this biz. I'm a fucking professional. Each week it's something different. Sometimes I have a guest host. Sometimes it's gonna be a movie companion episode. Sometimes I just ramble about the bullshit I dealt with the week before. You never know what you're gonna get. It's raw, uncut, and funny. It's me. Hello, 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 hello. My hair is wild. It's a wild child today. My roots are completely grown in. And, oh, this is going to bother me. What's this right here? See, this is what happens. I'm in my sister's guest room. I hung this up because I wanted to have... Oh, this is not a good idea. Fuck. I'm taking a picture off the wall. Almost crashed our travel studio here. It's, if you guys are watching, you can see a little photo of the fam. My sister and my pops, and me and my pops. So we hung that up after everybody died. You know, that's the thing about photos. They're on our phones now, but if you're old school and you enjoy framing them, you can feel like the people are still alive and with you. How is everybody? Speaking of still alive and with you, I am still alive and with you. Thank you for everybody who came out to the shows in, where the fuck was I? Plano, Texas. It was so much fucking fun. Although I will say Plano's the least type of Texas that I have ever witnessed in my life. It's basically, it looks like Disney's fake town celebration, where they built all these apartment complexes and shopping centers, and that's where you guys live. It's a very strange existence. Yes, I am in my Marshall's pillow here trying to get cozy. Fungal. I feel like a dog, you know, when dogs go around in circles on their dog beds. Yeah, Plano was strange. Frisco was even weirder. Didn't feel like Texas at all. Kind of felt like the Ohio of Texas. There was no discernible characteristics. And maybe it was the area we were in. It was cute though. Real cute, but it just felt like every town. Once in a while you get to those towns where you're traveling, like Bisbee, Arizona, where Stanhope lives, and you're like, this is a fucking weird place. This feels like Switzerland from the 1800s. Is everybody a fucking coal miner? What goes on in these towns? Is their main industry shoe cobbling and witches stews? Like how do people make money in towns like Bisbee, Arizona? Are you guys casting spells? Is like the main industry warlock? What are you doing? I need to know. And are you hiring? Because I got a few motherfuckers I would love to cast a spell on, truthfully. But Plano, it was plain. Maybe that's why they call it Plano, Texas. It was very plain. It was just like the mayonnaise of Texas. No offense. I've just traveled a lot. San Antonio. Let me get some titties out here for you guys. There you go. A lot of you complain about me not dressing up for a fucking podcast. But there you go. There's a little clavage for you. You know, it's Plano. It was just it was Plano. It really was. I've been to San Antonio, Dallas, even Fort Worth. You know, maybe it's in the name. Maybe you guys got to have more confidence in yourselves and not call yourselves Plano, because Fort Worth is like, what? Try us. Like, we're worthy, you know? And Dallas is all like, I'm Dallas. Like, it's literally the name. Dallas is a cheerleader. I'm sure there's 100 dozen Dallases that are cheerleaders in Dallas. San Antonio sounds regal as fuck, you know? And like, San Antonio sounds like he owns a lot of expensive rugs, like woven artifacts. And Austin is a stoner. Austin is your younger brother who is still hanging on to his dreams of becoming a finger cymbal rap artist. He has finger symbols that he raps to, and he's doing it. He's making it happen. Each one of the towns in Texas embodies its name. So step up your game, Plano. But you were great to perform for. Truthfully, had a great time at the House of Comedy. The club recently opened, and it was really wonderful. I got a massage at the Spa Habitat. Now, normally I get massages like 2 times a month when I'm traveling and being on the road as much as I normally am before pre-COVID and all that. I would get massages like 2 times a month because the traveling and sitting down, I'm spending hours on a plane. Not that I'm not validating it, but some people are probably like, why do you even need 2 a month? Like that seems excessive. Your body gets so compacted. My body specifically gets so compacted, and then I'm sleeping on like 5 different beds in a month. Hey, for the whores out there, I don't know how you do it. You know, I'm out here just sleeping in all these different beds, not getting any dick, and it hurts a bitch's back. So I got one on the road, which I don't always normally do, but damn, I was jacked up. My back got jacked up, and this bitch, Darlene, shout out to Darlene from Spa Habitat. Her hands were like, I was like, does she do lumberjack sports? Her hand wrapped around my entire body, and I felt safe. She came to the show with her girlfriend. Shout out to Darlene, and also like shout out to whoever named her, because that's like an old school Italian situation. I had an Aunt Darlene. We called her Aunt Carmela, and it just was funny to meet another Darlene. I had never met another Darlene in my life. That's like meeting a new Ethel. Can you, and I know people have said this before, but can you imagine, I think about names and I've heard people say this and it's so true. Can you imagine looking at a baby and going, Ethel? And no offense to any of the Ethels out there. Your parents should be offended that they looked at you and they said, fucking this is Ethel. Or even like looking at a baby and being like, Gary. This is Gary? Can you imagine going to a Christmas party with your baby, your new baby, and you're passing him around and you're like, this is Gary? It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't fucking feel right to me at all. Let me preface with, I did take a pre-workout edible and I worked out and now we're here. So, you know, we're going to go into whatever zones we go into, truthfully. I was thinking about this when I was traveling. Lately, the travel's been a little chaotic. I don't know if anyone's been out there in airports or on airplanes. It's a little chaotic, and I think it's because we're all sort of out of practice. And I say all as in you all, because I'm still professional, and I'm still respectful, and I walk fast. And that's probably my fault, you know, being a New Yorker, living in New York for a decade, living that fast lifestyle. I'm trying to get to places. But I also maintain my kindness. You guys saw the last week's episode. I'm kind, but I'm in a fucking hurry. Please hurry the fuck up and stop getting in my goddamn way. We're doing the flip of the power, the impact of kindness. This is now. Move, bitch, get out of my way. Man, people are just walking around the airports. I think I'm not even going to blame the people. I'm going to blame the airports. There's too many things in an airport. And it is nice, I guess, if you travel and you get stuck and the shit's decorated and you can shop and eat and sleep. You know, some of these airports have these minute suites, which are it's a genius idea. You can go and take a nap. You can play video games. You can read. You can have just a quiet space, feed your baby, you know, wash your butt, whatever you want to do. Do both at the same time. If you're a multitasking mom, more power to you. But the airports put so much in them now. It literally feels like you're in a city or a mall. And so people are just walking around. Oh, look over here. They got a fucking Brooks Brothers. Oh, look, there's a sharper image. Do you want to get a one of those incense waterfalls that we can plug in and use once and then sell it at a garage sale 10 years later for 67 cents? You want to get one of those in the fucking airport? So I blame the airport for having way too much going on. And it feels like there's so many more layovers now that never really existed before. And my theory is that they've created these layovers to get motherfuckers to walk around the airport to spend money. I would say on average, walking through an airport costs you $20 just to walk through it. Just to get to your other fucking gate. Especially if you've got like a few minutes and you're hungry, because let's be real, airplane food is fucking gross. It's gross. And it's like, I want to know what's worse, airplane food or prison food, because all of it needs to be fixed. Okay? We didn't ask to be here. Because of what we did, we're in this place. Okay? Regardless if it was our fault or not, what we did is putting us in this plane and in this prison. Feed us better. We're still human beings. Delta. Actually, Delta has stepped up their food game. They really have. I don't know if it's a healthy choice or a stupid choice for me to eat salmon on a plane, but I don't gamble. So I guess that's the way I gamble. Is I'm like, yeah, let me have some salmon on this 7-hour flight. I'll apologize early for my asshole now. But I was traveling and this whole diatribe is getting to the point where I remembered something that happened. And I don't know if I told you guys. And I wanted to tell you because I felt so bad. And I wish I would have remembered last week's episode because it kind of fell into the theme of it all, being the impact of kindness and me having energy back and feeling like myself and being more outgoing and all of that. I was traveling to, it might have been to Texas with Carly in Austin or coming back. And I was going to go into the Delta Lounge. Humble brag, your bitch is a platinum medallion member. Thank you so much. Thank you for all. I'd like to thank everybody. I was going into the Delta Lounge. And normally I take the stairs, but my bags were heavy this time. So I went into the elevator. But before me in line to get into the elevator was this woman in a wheelchair. And she had somebody pushing her, which I think I'm just going to start doing. I think I'm just going to start typing in that I'm disabled or I broke my ankle, chasing my dreams and I need a wheelchair. So I asked her, I said, is it okay if I get into the elevator with you? And she says yes, but she doesn't go yes. She goes, yes, like ruefully, says it like she immediately regrets it, or says it like she doesn't want to say yes, but she's like, fucking fine. This young, viable, healthy woman can't take the fucking stairs. Yeah, get into this teeny ass elevator with me. So I get to the elevator with her, and it literally is just enough for my bags, her wheelchair, and her handler. I don't know what you call him. I'm not calling her an animal, but the guy, her pusher, her shover, whatever, the fucking guy behind her. It's getting worse. So I say something like, where are you traveling to today? I never, not that I never do that, but I'm outgoing and outspoken and all of that, but I was just feeling good, feeling back and feeling motivated and all of that. And before she could answer, I just moved my foot like literally 2 inches, just because of how I was standing was kind of strange. I just shift my foot ever so lightly and I fucking bump her knee. And she goes, oh, that's my knee I just had surgery on. It's my bad knee. I'm like, fuck. No. Bitch, not the bad knee. Bitch, not the bad knee. I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay, I am an asshole. I was like, I'm so sorry, and the doors open up, and I back out, and I let her, I get out of the elevator, because it's the only way she can leave, and she's rubbing her knee, and the guy, her push comes to shove guy, pushes her over to the side, and he's checking on her, and I felt so fucking bad. Like, I could have just taken the stairs. Well, it's like one of those moments in a movie and it turns into like the meet cute where it's where the two characters' paths cross and then they embark on this journey together and fall in love. Well, here's me and this old lady in a wheelchair and I probably just broke her fucking knee again. And I'm wondering what the point of it all is. Why did that happen? Because afterwards, We both went to the goddamn Delta Lounge. And as she's checking in, I was like, I just want to say I'm really sorry again. And she's like, yeah. The whole time, this bitch is like, fuck you. Okay, take the stairs. So maybe that's my lesson, is that take the stairs. Take the stairs so you don't bump old bitch's kneecaps that just got replaced. I hope she's okay. Merry Christmas to that lady. I did not mean to fuck her up. You know, life is balanced. It truly is. Before I was home a couple weeks ago, you know, I found out Chaplin, my littlest dog, needed to have oral surgery. And this is the thing, if you're not a dog owner, you don't understand, like, you look at them as they're just pets. Yeah, they're just pets, but it's hard to not validate spending money to keep them alive. You know, if you're a dog person or a pet person, you just do what you got to do. If you can, if you're lucky enough to be able to afford the care. And so Chaplin, he's a small dog. He's got those small fucking teeth. And teeth is a generous term. They were fucking fossils. They looked like the thing from the beginning of Jurassic Park. It looked like, you know, spare at no expense, the guy's cane cover with the fucking mosquito in it, the amber. That's what all of Chaplin's teeth looked like. It looked like Stonehenge, like a haunted Stonehenge. And it's just something that happens sometimes, even if you keep up with cleaning the dog's teeth, the smaller dog's teeth, which I recommend you doing. If you're going to get a dog, fucking take care of it. Because if you don't take care of it and do maintenance, it's going to get so much more expensive at the end. Train it. Spend money to train your dog. Make sure you check the breed. Like, know what kind of dog you're getting into. People just think, oh, all dogs are created equal. It'll fit my lifestyle. There are dogs for every lifestyle, and there are wrong dogs for your lifestyle. Like, if you're somebody who's a homebody, don't get a husky. Don't get a Portuguese water dog. Don't even get a lab. You need to figure out what your lifestyle is and what you do and get a dog that caters to that. And I am the example of how to do that and how to not do that. Initially, I fucked it up. Now I understand. I have a dog for every fucking situation. I got a dog to cry into, one to travel with, and one to keep me safe. Unless somebody has meats and cheeses. And I'm not going to tell you which dog is which because I want to keep you on your toes and I want to stay alive. But, you know, you just have to take care of them. You're saving yourself money by investing early on and being consistent. And I'm telling you this because of mistakes that I've made with all of my other dogs. I've had a whole bunch of fucking dogs in my life. And now that I have 3, I have a system of taking care of them and you know, anticipate things. And so I kind of knew what was going to happen with Chaplin because when I got him, his teeth were a little funky anyways. And I got him cleaned and all of that, but even that didn't help. So we had to yank these motherfuckers out. We had to yank him out, and now he has no teeth. And I really want to show him to you guys. I got to show you what the vet had to put on him. Chippy. Chip, chip, chip. He's a little bit tired because he is on medication. That's the other thing. It's like, you know, I had a dog once, that Fozzie Bear, who had a similar situation. See, this is the thing about the fucking teeth, is if you don't take care of them, it causes gum disease, and that fucks up their whole body and their liver and will fuck up all their health. So essentially, by keeping their teeth clean, you're going to save yourself from having heart issues down the road and all other possibilities that can go wrong because the blood is just carrying this disease through the whole body. So Fozzie Bear ended up costing me like $1,000 a month in his last year. And I'm looking at Chaplin like, motherfucker, I'm not doing that again. Okay, let me get him. Hold on. Hold on.
Come here, Chippy. Come here, Chippy. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. You got your little mask on. Come here. He's a good boy.
Okay, and we got this. Okay. And so, you know, because his tongue is hanging out constant. He's going to be one of these dogs who, oh my God, my assistant Debbie, I sent her a photo of him in this and she said he looked like a martini. Look at him. He is so jacked up. So now he's one of those cute dogs with a permanent tongue hanging out. He has no teeth. He's doing really good. I will say that the vet did a really good job. I mean, they do have him doped up on like a Gary Busey starter kit cocktail, but all the best, all for the best. He really is just an adorable little lampshade. This is what you do when you have dogs. Oh, fuck. I'm definitely a klutz when it comes to, I might just take this thing off of him. He's fucking ridiculous. Come here. Hold on. Let me take this off. I'm sorry. Let's just take this off. Take a nap. It's just, I don't need to justify what I do with my dogs, but then another thing went down. So Carlin, my pit boxer, he's a garbage disposal. I don't know if anyone out there with pit bulls or like a boxer is similar. It honestly, they're just garbage disposals. And I wonder if you guys are having the same issues with your dogs. Carlin's always been that way. This dog, the second I would leave, this is why crate training is so important early on, crate training your dog. The second I would leave, after I thought I could trust Carlin, started leaving him out of the crate when I would go, he would jump up on the counter and take whatever food was there. And that's my bad. That's not that he's not trained. He's just an opportunistic asshole. He's like, oh, is that a loaf of bread that I see out? Well, obviously it's probably a snack that she meant for me. So I'm going to take it and eat all of it with the plastic and the bread key on the end. He would eat the entire fucking loaf. Loaf farts? There is nothing more vile than pit bull loaf farts. A whole loaf. It's almost like it went in him. He baked it and then it came out of him in different form. It was unbelievable the things that this dog ate. He would peel avocados with precision, like a Gordon Ramsay chef. Like this kid, like Carlin went to culinary school. I'd come back and there'd be one piece of an avocado peel with the pit on the floor, and he would just look like the Grinch that stole Christmas, if Christmas was an avocado. He's also eaten full bags of rice, uncooked rice. This motherfucker has eaten a couple bags of 1 pound uncooked rice. You want to know what happens to a dog when they eat a 1 pound bag of uncooked rice? It comes out cooked. Oh yeah, hot pocket. Who wants a hot lunch? That's what my ex Giannis used to say when we'd pick up his poop. Oh yeah, hot lunch, a full hot lunch of cooked rice. It was like a damn Chinese restaurant at my place for 2 weeks after that. So I know this about him. Last year, look at Bunny. Oh my God, Bunny's face is right up in the fucker. Last year, when I was staying here and I had Carlin here, my sister and I, we were all downstairs. And then we all came upstairs to do like a movie night in my guest room here. And Emily goes downstairs for something. And this was the day after Elliot's birthday party. We may have talked about this on the podcast, but we go downstairs and I just hear my sister go, oh no, Jess, oh no. So my sister had a beautiful, huge blue, I think it was like a Paw Patrol or like a deep sea themed cake made for Elliot. Huge blue cake. The problem was it was disgusting. Like, here's the thing, as a baker, I can't bake for shit. I'm sure if I followed the instructions, I could make a decent cookie. It's not my skill. But here's the thing, some bakers are only good at decorating, not so good at flavorizing. This cake was, no one wanted it. So that's why the cake was still left out. I think only a couple pieces were eaten from it. And so Carlin took the opportunity when he was downstairs alone to eat the entire blue cake. He ate the whole cake. He literally had his cake and he ate it too. And he shit blue for about 3 weeks. Actually, his shit and vomit evolved into different colors as it diluted out of his body, as the dye diluted out of his body. When I tell you he ate the whole cake, it was a large, like, I want to say like a 10 inch by 10 inch cake that only had a couple pieces missing. This motherfucker ate all of it in like 15 minutes. He ate the tray it was on, candles, the plastic that was wrapped around it. He had a field day. He was like, is it my birthday? He probably was like, oh my God, They probably forgot to sing the song, so I'll just eat the cake. Ate the whole cake. And I'm telling you all this because last week, right before I leave to go to Texas, now we've got Chaplin who's got his mouth surgery scheduled for the day I leave. And then this is Wednesday. My Carlin is just all jacked up in the morning. He's all messed up. Like, he's lethargic. He can't stand. He looks like I thought he had eaten edibles, because this motherfucker's eaten edibles before as well. He ate about 100 milligrams of edibles that I had locked in a bag, like zipped and shut in a bag. This motherfucker opened a door. I think a wag walker might have went into my room or something, because I am very concerned about my dogs getting into anything they shouldn't be getting into. I mean, obviously not bread and rice, but like, THC or anything like chocolate like that. So I had shut it in my bedroom. I come home, the bedroom door's open. Carlin ate all of the edibles and was like, he had one ear that was like hanging 6 inches lower than it normally does. And he just was like wobbling, laying down, and it looked like he was on something that was rotating and shaking. This is what he looked like last Wednesday. And I was like, did he get into edibles? But we don't leave those out around the kids. We got toddlers here. We don't do that. And I was like, what could he have gotten into? And for the most part, I do a 24-hour rule with my dogs. Like, they're like people, but they can't tell you what's going wrong with them. So, and I'm not telling you how you should handle, look at Bunny being like this, don't wait 24 hours. Look at her look, it's so judgy. She's like, oh yeah, that's probably why I've got all the problems I have, because this bitch waits a day. Just because a lot of the times where I have taken pets to the vet, it's costed me a fuckload of money for them to be like, they have gas, same thing with people. More often than not, people go to the ER with emergency pain, and it's like, you're going to shit your pants. That's all. It's a really expensive, shitty appointment. So I've learned, like, I'm just going to give it a day and keep an eye on them. I didn't even want to give it the morning because Carlin looked so fucked up. And what had ended up happening was he had eaten deer shit. He went out in the yard and ate deer poop. And it got him all jacked up. And I don't know what the deers are eating. Like, are the deers out there just tripping on shrooms? And then my dog's eating their poop. And then, because it literally looked like Carlin was entering another galaxy. His eyes, his pupils were all dilated. He couldn't stand up straight. Like, I was like, you got any extra, bro? What are you on right now? I feel like you're on like what are you doing? Who are you hanging out with? Is this like the Midnight Express? Is this a psychedelic cartoon? Is that what's going on right now? It's just, he looked so jacked up. And I was worried, but I was like, I got to bring him in. Yeah, he ate deer poop. $700 for the vet to be like, yeah, he ate poop. And it's like, at that point, the fact that dogs will eat poop and steak really makes me question their taste buds. I think we've discussed this, where it's like, does my dog need expensive food if he's out there eating goose and deer shit? Riveting stuff today, guys. I just had to complain and see if anyone else has dealt with this at all. It's been an expensive couple weeks, but I appreciate you guys very much for, just I don't even know what I'm saying for helping me out, because by you helping me out, I can take care of my dogs. I'm like, oh yeah, all the support I get from my fans is going to my vet care. That's what I'm saying. If you have any single veterinarian friends, send them my way. A vet, a mechanic, or a dentist, send them my way. No more broke dudes, no more emotionally unstable men. I want somebody I don't want an emotionally unstable man. I want a man who owns horse stables. So I've evolved. Thank you very much, and send it to your rich uncles and your rich dads. Please do. I feel like there's a lot of them all across this country that are just looking for someone to snuggle. And I'm right here. I'm fucking right here. I'm seriously right here. I don't know if I want to have children. So if they already have kids, perfect. That's great. I've been spending a lot of time with my niece and nephew so I could change a diaper or I can help with homework, as long as it's not math, because I'm terrible at that. But I probably, actually, I don't want to change a diaper. It's kind of gross and I get manicures, so I don't want to fuck that up. So if you could just make me food and rub my feet, that's the setup my sister has, and I'm kind of here for that. It's like a foot rub and macaroni and cheese, and I'm your girl, and then I'll support you. Not your dreams, because you should be a grown-ass man with a boat, but I will support you in a way that makes you feel like I'm your hot wife and not your mom. Unless, you want to do like a little role play, but that's where I draw the line. I don't do any Oedipus or weird like mother-son stuff. But as long as you can appreciate that I want horses and foot rubs and macaroni and cheese, I am here for you. I have been spending a lot of time with my niece and nephew, and it's been nice because I feel like I've bonded with them so much more over this year. And I think having spent that time when I was grieving with them evolved my relationship with them. And the fact that they have memories of stuff that we've done, and it's so hard being away from here. And when I come back, they've changed, like their facial structure has evolved. So it's nice that I've spent some chunks of time with them to get to know them. And we saw a couple movies. We saw House of Gucci, which I kind of talked about. There was like 1,000 different Italian accents in them. And you're like, it was like a circus of Italian accents. And then we also saw the new Ghostbusters movie, Afterlife, which was so much fun. It was so much fun. Paul Rudd can do no wrong. Truthfully, Paul Rudd can do no wrong. I would like to see him do like a serial killer, murderer, dark movie. Remember when Dane Cook made that switch, when he went from like he did talent, was it Mr. Brooks? He went kind of dark. I want to see Paul Rudd if he can do that, because usually like comedians, well, stand-up comedians more specifically, but comedic actors can sometimes access that naturally, and it's believable. Robin Williams did 1 Hour Photo. Bill Cosby did it in real life. So it's very believable, these sort of dark roles that these stand-up comedians take. Oh my God. I honestly, being around kids, it's a different type of relationship. It has you access different parts of you, and one of them being your patience. I don't know how you parents did it during quarantine, especially if you had a homeschool and work. Like, now do you understand Casey Anthony? Hello. It's one of my favorite jokes. Fuck you. It's got to be so hard. I know it is so hard because I'm here and I'm witnessing it. And the one thing I would have a hard time with having kids is wanting to maintain their innocence. You want to maintain their innocence so much, but it almost behooves you to have them grow up faster, because then they can be more adaptable and independent and help you out. Like if, we're talking real, let's look at Irish and Mexican and traditional family structure. People had tons of kids, and tons of kids would help around on the homestead and the farms and whatever, what have you, however they were growing up. Like, you're creating a family, you're creating a workforce. You have like 8 elves that can help you around the factory. And it's just, so having them be mature, it behooves you. And it's also, it prepares them for life, to be responsible and protect themselves, and all those survival tactics that we want them to have, like not talking to strangers and look both ways before you cross, and all of these things that we're constantly teaching them and implementing into their daily routine. Part of me also is heartbroken because it's like we're adulting the kid out of the kid, because that's just what works. That's the natural evolution. That's how we grow, we become adults. But the irony is when we're adults, then we do more things to find the kid in us. So it's just an interesting dichotomy that happens through our lifetime and our lifespan, and me witnessing this for the first time, having been around these kids since they were born and seeing them starting to evolve and grow and mature. It's heartbreaking in a sense to see us adult some of the child out of them for their own good. You know, that childlike awe almost gets taught out of us. Some of us, I have it. I think my father was a very childlike man. I think he enjoyed play and enjoyed goofing around and maintaining the fun of life. My mom did too as well, because she was, maintained the magic of holidays and decorated and allowed us to be creative. So both of them in their own way helped maintain the childlike personality trait and the childlike approach to life, that awe. But that gets taught out of us from a young age. And I think part of it is us wanting to protect them, and then part of it is us, maybe it's a projection of our fear of what could happen to them if they don't know everything. You want to protect them. Like, you got to make sure that they, know what they're doing to survive out in these fucking streets, because these streets eat children and women. We're just getting eaten up. Hide your kids, hide your wives. The streets are going to eat us. And I just wonder if there's a balance to it. I wonder if there's a way to raise your kid and keep them a kid, but armor them like an adult. It's got to be so hard. It's got to be so hard to do. I think the only way you could really do that is if you raised them in the woods. I have my dog walker, Gabe. That's how he raises his daughter. She's out in the woods. Like, it's like she's practically raised by wolves. And it's such a cool, unique way to raise your child. I know it, to you guys in this modern society, it probably sounds fucking crazy, but you think about it, especially from a girl, from her perspective in life. She's going to be so dependent and confident and self-assured. And think about a lot of the issues women have as grown-ass women. They're insecure, they're codependent, and they don't feel any self-worth. Well, those are things that either you were neglected as a child, or something happened to you as a child where you had to form a protective layer over yourself. Like, having your daughter do outdoorsy type things to learn survival skills and build fires and, I don't know, shoot a squirrel, like whatever it is, whatever the version of surviving outdoors is, I think it's such a unique opportunity for a child in today's modern society to learn. Those are amazing skills to have, but then also, like, they also have to learn respect and teamwork and all of that. It's just such a fucking hard job. There's so much to consider with your child. And being around them, my main concern is, like, I don't want you to grow up. I want to put you in, like, I want to embalm you now. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it. What? I'll take what the fuck for 1,000, Alex. I want to preserve their youth. I want them to know that they can be responsible and still find the joy. I think that's the key. That's the key is maintaining responsibility, but through the looking lens of somebody who has a direct line to their childlike ways. And I think that comes with gratitude. I think it comes with a perspective and how you step out in the world. For me, I still get excited about stupid shit. And a lot of the times, edibles help with that. Don't be mad. A lot of the times your girl may be on a little Eddie Bull. My friend Eddie Bull came to town, and we're just out here having a great time looking up into the sky and enjoying the leaves. We were having a full conversation with the fall. Please back up and don't judge us. Well, now it's just about winter, even though climate change is like, hold my beer. here's an extended spring for you in mid-December. I'm not complaining, but let's just wait and see what happens in 30 years. Greta Thunberg is going to set us all on fire. I honestly feel, honored to be able to be around these kids and see them grow up. And I'm finding my space in their life and thinking about, I'm going to be in their life forever. I mean, forever as far as like what we think about the time and how time really exists and what happens after we die. Like we really don't know. Like forever in our minds is associated with this meat suit and this organic life and this lifespan that we have. But who knows what happens after? Maybe I'll discover them in another realm. But for right now, I think about how long I'm going to be in their lives and how I want to occur in their lives and in what impact I can have on them. And one of the major impacts I've had on Elliot is his wide range of swear words. I'm so sorry, Elliot. First of all, Elliot swears like a grown man and uses it so accurately. He uses swear words better than we do. And both the kids behave in school, but when they're home, it's like a frat house, and it's probably my fault that I did tell Karina, my niece, I whispered in her ear to go over to mommy and tell her that I was I'm motherfucking nature. So Karina goes over and she's like, Mom, Jess is fucking nature. And Emily's like, what? What is she doing? What? What'd you just say? And I'm like, Emily looks over at me and I'm just, just a proud aunt. It's probably not the best thing for me to do, right? I'm over here like, I don't want to rob them of their childhood. Go tell your mom to fuck off. See what she does. So you can't do that. So don't follow my example here. I'm better with dogs. I'm learning how to be better with children. And part of me, I think, is really good with kids because I can access that part of myself easily. And I really do attribute that to my parents. I can access that childlike part of myself and I can easily find awe in life every day. And I enjoy, like I said, the little things excite me, like lighting a Christmas tree or a cup of hot cocoa, like all those little things that we start to take for granted because as adults, we're inundated with so many to-dos and all of our fucking responsibilities that we just are chugging drinks and throwing food down the throat and running from here to there, that everything that once gave us enjoyment becomes just routine and it becomes something that's not as exciting anymore. And I think that's where the childlike aspect of living and accessing that childlike part of ourselves is so important. It causes us to slow down a bit. It causes us to really live in the moment. I think that's the beauty of kids and what the gift they can give back to adults is helping you live in the moment. There's probably parents listening right now like, yeah, bitch, come over my house and live in the moment and see how good you fucking feel with spaghetti on the ceiling and a new game of is that shit or chocolate on the carpet. Come over and enjoy those moments. I know it's very easy for me on the other side of the dog tracks to say, you guys should enjoy your fucking kids more. But I will say, if you are looking for ways to enjoy your children more and you're struggling and feeling like you're not present, edibles are great. Start with a microdose. Go low and slow. You might want to end up playing with your kids. You might start building a sandcastle or snow angel or snowman on your own. You might be the one. You might be the party starter in the house and start having more fun with your children. I know you're living busy lives and going from probably job 1 to job 2 and having just a quick dinner in front of the TV and then passing the fuck out and rinse and repeat for 5-6 days a week. But I'm telling you, you can find some space in there. You can find a place to just play for a minute or two. Start low. People, I think sometimes they get themselves so out of the ability to enjoy a moment or to do something because they they make it too large. They make it too big. Start small. You don't have to do a whole half an hour with your children. Just commit to like a minute or two, and then get yourself a fucking martini and congratulate yourself for being present for a minute or two. I mean, that's not the greatest advice, but I want you to be open to the idea that there are ways to make it happen. There are real ways to make it happen. I have my team meeting. I'm so excited because this week, Carly and I are doing our Girl Live experience through Moment House. You can get tickets. Go to my Instagram page. You can watch pre-recorded podcasts that Carly and I will be doing a watch along with you guys. I'm sorry, it's Thursday, December 9th, I believe. That's on Thursday, December 9th. We're going to be watching our podcast with all of our fans. It's momenthouse.com/girl. Go to my Instagram page, or you can go to jessimae.com to find tickets for that. And we have a VIP meet and greet event this Wednesday, December 8th. Both of those are from 9 to 10 Eastern Standard, I believe. But go to my Instagram page, go to jessimae.com to get more information. It's Wednesday the 8th and Thursday the 9th. And I'm also going to be in Minnesota, the Mall of America, House of Comedy Mall of America, December 16th, 17th, and 18th. That is the second to last show for my Wide Open Tour 2021. And I am wrapping up the tour in my hometown, Syracuse, New York. We're doing New Year's Eve. That's the last show of the Wide Open Tour. New Year's Eve, Syracuse, New York. 2 shows at the Funny Bone. You can get all the information for this on my website and on my Instagram story. And I hope you guys come out and ring in the new year with me. And I appreciate you guys so much. Find the inner child and go play with him.